GR2 analyst now and take a look at our current tornado warnings now. Let's go over to base velocity if you don't mind for me. This squall line right here is currently in central and eastern portions of Mississippi right now. This is just to the east now, Montgomery. It is just now starting to touch there in western Alabama as well. Here's our here's a current tornado warning. We'll zoom in a little bit more for me. Let me take a look at the rotation signature. So I'm not really seeing too much of rotation signature, but you can kind of see here that I'm guessing it's probably somewhere right in here. I think the radar sight's back up to our northeast. So you've got the green winds blowing towards the radar in this direction, and you've got the red winds, blowing away from the radar back in that direction. So right exactly where the green is touching the radar, that might be where we're seeing a little bit of rotation. But honestly, I feel like it's more of a straight line wind event than anything, to say the least. Considering if we do see any rotation, it really isn't that strong at this point in time. But it is still a tornado warning. So with that being said, if you are in this warning, get to the lowest level of the building that you are currently in, most interior room, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible as well. Will, do we have any sort of debris showing up there on the correlation coefficient there? Let's take a look there on the CC. It does not look like we're seeing any sort of rotation, so that is definitely a good thing. Is that the only current tornado warning that we have out right now? Let me zoom out. You can see all these little white dots, these are all lightning strikes. So, whether it's a damaging wind threat, a hail threat, or even a tornado threat, definitely do not be anywhere outside, considering this storm is just electrical on all sides of it. So I think that's our one and only current tornado warning, which is a good thing. But you can see going all the way from Tennessee down into the Gulf Coast, I mean, pretty much every single part of this line has a severe thunderstorm warning, indicating we have hail at least 1 inch in diameter or greater, and winds of at least 58 miles per hour, if not higher than that. So even if you are not under a tornado warning, anywhere across this line, you are going to be in a severe thunderstorm warning. Do not be outside. Get inside. Treat this as if it was a tornado warning. Get into the most interior room that you currently are in your building. Get to the lowest floor. Try and put as many walls between you and the outside world as possible as well. Well, go ahead and switch back over to the velocity there. I want to make sure that we're not missing any other signs of rotation. This cell right here is looking very impressive to me, not necessarily for the rotation, but right here you can see very clear, very strong winds. Once again, green and blue blowing towards the radar, red blowing away. So right in there, we actually might have a little bit of rotation showing up there, just to the south of what does that say? Norpater. I think the little hail sign there is blocking a little bit of our view. And then also, we might be seeing a tornado or a storm start to rotate right here, just to the east of Walnut Grove. Right there where the green is mixing with the red, we could be seeing a cell trying to, put some spin in the atmosphere, but it really isn't that clear at this point in time. And going again, this is our one and only current tornado warning that we currently have out right now. There we go. So right there, once again, here is the dividing line. You've got the green winds blowing towards the radar, red blowing away. So right here, that is going to be the dividing line of where the wind is currently switching that direction. Again, even though that the red is kind of close to the green, you kind of look for a little couplet when you're looking for rotation within these types of supercells. And right now, I'm just not seeing that. So I really can't tell you that there is a rotation signature in this, but really anywhere along this line there could be. So once again, even if we're not currently seeing that right now, there is no signs of any tornadoes right now within this cell, and thankfully no signs on the correlation coefficient. We use this radar to detect potential debris. The radar sends out a signal and tries to find anything in the atmosphere that is flying, that is not rain, for example, like debris, possible dust. All the rain is going to be showing up here in the purple color, and if we do see anything, it's going to be showing up in blue. I know you see a lot of blue here near the radar site, but that's really nothing to worry about. We kind of look for something that's right near the area of rotation to determine whether or not there's a debris signature. So once again, if we do see any rotation, it's going to be somewhere right in here, and obviously there's no signs of any debris at all, so we cannot confirm that there's a tornado right now, considering there is hardly any signs of rotation there on the velocity, as well as no signs of debris there on the correlation coefficient as well. And let me also mention this. Right here, you see how this is a perfect straight line right in there. That is indicating a very dangerous wind threat. So whether or not you're in the tornado warning or not, and whether or not there is any signs of rotation or not, this is definitely a very dangerous situation when talking about the wind threat a very dangerous straight line wind event going right into Raleigh Smith, going into Lewin, Lake, Newton, up to Decantor. I mean, so many different areas along this line. This is just one out of so many different areas that are going to be in this threat overnight tonight, and then eventually into your tomorrow morning as well. Will, if you could pull up the SPC outlook for tomorrow, let's take a look there on the eastern seaboard of how this system is going to be affecting the eastern seaboard. Go back to Google Chrome and the Storm Prediction Center's outlook. Just open up a brand new tab and just, if you go into models or whatever, it's there. Yeah, that one right there. Day 2. So unfortunately, this is going to be happening overnight tonight into your tomorrow as well. Thankfully, as the system continues to progress to the east, it's going to lose a lot of its strength and instability, and because of that, it really won't be able to maintain all of its severity level, to say the least. Unfortunately, we do still have that slight risk here in portions of the Low Country in South Carolina and southeastern Georgia, and also the Panhandle of Florida as well. And then we have a secondary area right here across the Mid-Atlantic as well. I think it's trying to dodge someplace right here in the Carolinas. But whether you're going to be in that marginal or your slight risk, you're still in a risk, to say the least. So I know you're not in that 4 out of 5 moderate risk like some people across Louisiana are in right now, but you still have that risk. And that means we do have the potential to be seeing damaging winds, possible hail, and a tornado is not out of the question. The risk is extremely low, especially in our area, but obviously it is not zero. So with that being said, make sure you have multiple ways to get warnings when and if they're issued. Know what to do. Just bottom line, have a plan in place, especially when it comes to severe weather, to say the least. And here's a look at that tornado risk. I mean, a very, very, very low chance of a tornado, but obviously it is not zero. Our best chance is going to be right here along the Florida Panhandle in south central Georgia and the Panhandle of Florida as well. Not to mention, this 2% risk goes all the way up right along the Pennsylvania and New York State border. Obviously, anywhere in this area, severe weather is possible over the day tomorrow, but I think most of it's probably just going to be a rain event to wash out all the pollen that has been, basically just sitting in our driveways and in the streets over the last several days. Alrighty. Hello. You leaving? Yeah. Okay. Bye-bye. That was my grandfather. Excuse me for that. So once again, this severe threat goes all the way over the course of the night tonight and into your day tomorrow as well. Please be on very high alert, especially if you live in Georgia, the Carolinas, all the way up the eastern seaboard as well, but particularly right here along the Gulf Coast. Let's go ahead and go back over to GR2 and take a look at that tornado warning, see if it's gotten any more signs of rotation. Once again, my amazing partner Will is behind the radar and camera tonight. Will, a huge shout out to you. Definitely be sure to follow him on Facebook at Will's Weather, on Twitter at Will's WX. I mean, he is just as good as I am, if not better than me, so definitely be sure to follow him and also follow him on Facebook and Twitter and subscribe to his YouTube channel as well. He is probably better than me at forecasting this than I am. We still have one current tornado warning right now. Again, you can see there's no signs of any rotation, mostly just a straight line wind event right here where that wind is changing directions. Other than that, I'm not really seeing any sort of rotation at all. Will, go ahead and unmute yourself. Tell me if you see any signs of rotation.
Yeah, just a quick update. Actually, something just come up.
I'm actually gonna put my phone right next to the microphone.
I really have to go.
Hang on.
I was gonna say, yeah, I really have to go. But I'll give you a real quick update. Right now, we're really just seeing straight line winds for now. And it does look like maybe something just to the south of the severe thunderstorm warning right here. We might be seeing just a little bit of rotation, but right now it's very broad. You can kind of see right in here, you kind of see those red and green starting to really wrap around each other. But for now, we're just monitoring this one tornado warning, and I am expecting more tornado warnings to be issued as we head into the night tonight.
Very well said. Did you say you have to go?
Yeah, I gotta go. Something just come up. I really have to go.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. All right, I'll see you later. All right, so with that being said, I'm actually going to go ahead and get off my green screen and just get behind the camera for you. I still am going to live stream, but I just can't be in front of my green screen anymore. I still hope you guys will stay with me here. Come on, you stupid thing. Of course you just want to be difficult. Why wouldn't you? So once again, as Will was just saying, and now this mouse isn't working either. Oh, there we go. So as Will was just saying, possibly a little bit of rotation right in this general area right here. Let me go ahead and pull up my Epic pen here just to show you what's going on here. Alrighty, so I am back. So as Will was just saying, here's your radar site right here, KDGX. So what he was just saying is you've got green winds blowing this way towards your radar and back in this direction. So right where the green is touching the red, we might be seeing some signs of very light rotation showing up, which is definitely not a good thing at all. So please be sure that if you are in this warning, take cover immediately. Excuse me, this is not a warning, but still, if you're in this area, please take cover immediately. This is most likely going to be issued within the next several minutes or so, I would honestly say. Am I buffering? Yes, I am. Alrighty, give me just a second. I'm actually going to go ahead and switch over to my other computer just so that way I can get better connection.